Throughout the years, the Ministry of Education, through the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit, has taken bold steps to enhance early childhood education in the Cayman Islands. I'm Antoinette Cowan, Early Childhood Care and Education Officer. Join me as we explore exciting initiatives that are shaping the future for our youngest learners. Our commitment to early childhood education starts with expanding access. The new End Nursery is making high-quality early education more accessible to families in the East End and North Side communities.
Students are now ready for reception. They're more settled. They have an easier time of coming to school and leaving their parents. They don't cry as much. And it has impacted them that where they are able to come out of their houses and come to school where they can actually socialize with other students and have a good meal, free education, and have fun.
The Smart Start Early Stimulation Program recognizes that parents are their child's first and most important teachers. Through Smart Start, we foster a love for learning from the earliest ages.
Well, I think it impacted her in such a way that she want to come to the school and she likes school. And she's very smart and intelligent so far. And I'm glad to have her to bring her in every day, you know. I used to bring her every day and make sure that she's there and take her back home.
A strong foundation in early education begins with well-prepared educators. We are investing in professional development to ensure our teachers are equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to give every child the best start.
So the Ministry of Education has long recognized the importance of early childhood care and education and the part it plays in building the foundation for lifelong learning. As a consequence, we have targeted support through the Early Childhood Unit for our practitioners within the sector. This comes in various forms, but is more so data-driven. That means taking information from the Office of Education Standards, looking at the gap in practices or the strength thereof, and then using that information to provide targeted support. The educators in the sector are at the forefront of the change as we move towards increasing but also improving early childhood education, which is a part of the ministry's strategic plan and the early childhood strategy. Building sector expertise. How do we do this and why do we do this? You may be wondering. We are doing this through targeted support, as I've mentioned, through the Learning Lab, where leaders are empowered to be better instructional leaders. We also have the Teaching and Learning Cafe, which supports instructional leads within the center. And that is a transfer of power from the early childhood unit to ensure that the persons on the ground are equipped with the necessary skills. We have Senko Connection. Our Senko Connection provides early year Senkos, our designated lead, with the knowledge and skills that they need to provide for our most vulnerable children. We have acknowledged, and will continue to do so, that if early childhood education is at the place where we should be, then the outlook for the future will be bright. And so we'll continue to do that from a targeted approach, from a strategic approach. We are saying, make this country, through its early childhood practitioners, the greatest and the first class for every child in these islands.
With all of this training, what this actually means is that staff are now better equipped to handle the challenges that they face. And in so doing, the children, we are seeing the results there. We are seeing in terms of sent children with behavior. Once we have implemented the Calming Corner, that has been extremely effective in helping children to regulate themselves, which means that if the child is able to regulate him or herself, they'll be able to participate in extremely engaging learning experiences, which is only going to benefit the child. When we look at management, when we understand the first steps to success, and we have been given the breakdown of how this document works in bits and pieces and what the Office of Education Standards is actually looking for, it makes life a lot easier for schools to know how to manage their schools and what is required of them. And I think that the Early Childhood Unit has done a fantastic job with dissecting this document and letting us understand it better. And we have the full support of the Early Years Unit. They have been fantastic over the last 2 years. And not only do they do the training, they let us at the end of the year say how effective they were. What can they do better? And that is a step in the right direction.
Through the Early Childhood Assistance Program, we are committed to making quality early education accessible to all Caymanian families.
Learning begins very early. Learning begins from the time they're at home, as toddlers and as they grow up. So it's very important for us to give them that first start, which will propel them to achieving their potential. We do have some families for whom sending their children to early childhood care and education centers is a little difficult. So this ECAP funding assists them with those funds so that they're able to give their children that early start that's so beneficial for them.
Through these initiatives and many, many more, we are ensuring that every child in the Cayman Islands receives the best possible start in life. The future is bright for our youngest learners.